What's up, guys? Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming here, back with some LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. That's right, this is level 1, A Bigger Fish story. You can see we only get the one Kyber brick for completing the story. We're going to save the True Jedi, the mini kits, and the challenges for that free play. Any trophy achievements that we find will be noted down in the bottom left corner, but they're rather rare in the form of story and free play stuff. We'll get to that later. Check out our trophy achievement guide overview video if you have not already. Now, if you did watch that, you know that we're going to start off in the episodic order 1 through 9. In fact, we're going to jump into the Phantom Menace, and it starts off with a little bit of rolling credits, as you might have guessed, and then into a cutscene. So we'll be checking those out, and luckily there's no copyrighted audio in these cutscenes, thanks to TT Games allowing the audio to be removed. So that being said, let me remove my audio, and let's go ahead and get to the rolling credits. Unfortunately, there's no audio behind this, so I guess I got a little bit of time to talk, but still pretty cool. And yeah, I'll catch you on the flippity. We almost got some gameplay. Here we go. Oh, wait, you're going to make me read? Come on, man. I thought about reading these to you. If you guys want me to read these, drop a comment down below. If you're willing to just read them yourselves or perhaps skip over them, that's fine too. You can drop that comment as well. All right, I'll let you go ahead and get back to your reading.
The ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor request permission to board.
Am I still in shot? Hade befunnit off. Yes, of course. As you know, our blockade is perfectly legal.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Woo to the who! We've finally got control and are officially playing LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Some thought this would never happen, but it's finally here. Real quick, we're going to go ahead and do a drill to go up, down, left, right, and do a boost, a couple shoots, just a little bit of a tutorial. The game actually wants to see what your preferences are for flight controls, and if you like them, you can keep them. If you want to change them, it gives you the option to go. So for me, I went opposite of normal flight controls, where down is up and up is down. I just went up is up, down is down. That's pretty simple. Next, we're going to go ahead and get a negotiations task up in the left corner. That's going to be our objective. We're going to go ahead and simply zoom down onto the spaceship. Simply look at it, let that meter fill up, and hit the icon indicated. For us, it was X. All right, perfect landing here in the old... I've always wondered about these little barriers there. How is that keeping oxygen and stuff in, but also allowing ships to travel through? That's kind of weird. It's a permeable membrane, huh? A little osmosis for you. Didn't know you were going to do some science. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and wield our lightsaber, take out a handful of things. Look at how different this engine is for this LEGO game. In fact, I don't think we've seen a LEGO game quite this busy or beautiful. There's lots going on, not only on screen, but everywhere else. The menus are packed with stuff too. And our job right now is to speak to TC14. So we're going to go ahead and walk up to him. Now, this is interesting in how these story levels work, as there's a lot of free roamage that we're playing through in order to get to the story. So right now, technically, we are not in the story level itself. We're working our way towards it. In fact, there's a lot of stuff to do before we get there. And then the level itself is incredibly short. So I will recommend that you smash and grab as many studs as possible. There is a trophy/achievement for getting 17,000 studs. So probably the earliest trophy achievement that any of you will get. I actually unlocked it last night when we did our first look video, where I sort of went through up to the hangar portion. In fact, I didn't even talk to TC14, so we're already further than I got in that last video. But there was enough stuff to smash and bang and boom, and guess what? I got that 17K and got that trophy for May. All right, here we are. We're walking up. We got the door. We're officially in the conference room. You guys might remember this, where Qui-Gon and young Obi-Wan are actually tasked with hanging out and waiting. But in fact, they actually get greeted with some baddies with little ill intentions versus, what they thought they were here for, which was the negotiation. So this gives us a little tutorial on how the Force works. Now, you've probably played a Lego game before, so you probably know, but this one was a little different because you can actually move it with the left analog stick, but then placing it up and down was a little easier with the right stick. So, I don't know, it made it harder, but also easier at the same time, if that makes any sense at all. Now, there may be a spot coming up here. As soon as I finally slap this last chair into place, it drops the old Cantina tune, which is awesome. But we'll have to wait and see if that's copyrighted or not. My guess is it probably is. However, you'll know if the audio's missing, if it is or isn't. All right, here we go. We got the dioxin, I think is what they throw in here, which is supposed to make us sleepy or maybe kill us. But not for us, not today. We's Jedis, and we're going to go ahead and get out there and do some comboage. Now, the comboing is a little different. It's not just spam, 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 spam. There's actually a little bit more to it. If you look on the right-hand side, there's a meter, and it also suggests us using other buttons. Instead of just rapidly hitting square or X or whatever button it may be, they actually want us to do like a series of combos. And here, look at this. This is new too. We've seen the old lightsaber cutouts plenty of times, but this one's a little different as there's some dark areas, and there's really not a one path suits all. In fact, there's quite a few ways, and all you gotta do is cut through, and it rips open that door, and the rest crumbles. Look at that, we're off and running through another hallway. Watch out for that fire. Oh, a droideka. Let's go ahead and take him out real quick, too. Cha, 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 cha. The meters above are pretty awesome. Now, one thing you might notice is there's no hearts being left behind. Well, what's up with that, Brian? Well, it turns out they have a health regen system. So as long as you don't take damage for a few seconds, I haven't calculated it totally yet, so I don't know if it's like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, but whatever. But it will refill, so you don't even need to go ahead and find hearts anymore. So that's kind of fun. And technically, I'm doing some battling here. I don't need to go and take out all these guys. Really, what I need to do is go back to the exclamation point. And that's what's glorious about this game, is it's always going to tell you where to go. So if you ever get lost in story, just pay attention to the old orange and yellow icons. The orange ones are sort of your next point on your pathway, sort of like a GPS waypoint marker, while the yellow caution symbol is sort of the end game where you need to be. So right now, we're only 7 meters away from our final destination, which happens to be that little point over there. We're running over there, we're here. And check it out, negotiations. We'll continue story and jump into a quick cutscene.
Jar Jar Binks, Missa your humble servant.
Let's get out of here before more droids show up.
All right, Misa thinks we need to follow him. We're going to go ahead and follow Jar Jar, who is super slow. This is one of my only complaints that I've found so far as gameplay goes. Now, there's a few things that, as far as a creator goes, that aren't necessarily in our favor. Also, some things that are seriously in our favor, like the audio being removable from the cutscenes. That is epic. But these slow-going moments right here are, so far, my only real complaint is that the characters just seem to do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know, there's some story happening, and this is only really taking place in between the levels themselves, so in the hub, or the free roam, as we like to call it. Now, I'm out here, and I'm not sure why this didn't queue off. I thought I had to go into the water, but I actually died. Now, I've checked a box in the options that actually prevents any studdage from being removed, and it returns me right to my last place of safety, so that's kind of fun. You might look into that. Oh, cutscene! All right, so now we just got to simply follow Jar Jar and Captain Tarples through the old Gungan city here, which is, what is it, Otak? Gunga? Is that the name of it? I feel like I'm trying to get better about my names and places and things, as I'm pretty well versed in the Star Wars lore, which is very unusual for old Brian, because I'm not very invested in many historical type things, especially video game related. So in this case, Star Wars is a big part of my real life too, as I've loved the movies and watched them growing up, and as an adult as well, shared them with my son. And so, you know, I've tried to watch these and have a little bit more, I guess, focus on these things, these details, because I know some of you guys clown me, or in recent, or not so recent videos of Dougie. Doug was terrible with his knowledge of Star Wars, so I'm trying to make sure that y'all don't find yourselves in a similar situation. All right, check this out. We actually get to use the Force here and fix this door. We'll go ahead and use the icon indicator. For us, it was circle. Now we can lift it with the left stick, but I find that the right stick actually has a little more control. So that's kind of new. Something that you guys might like or hate. Either way, it's there. Check it out. All right, door is open. We're going to go ahead and wait for old Jar Jar to make his way in. And by now, you probably have your first trophy achievement if you've got that 17,000 studs. I haven't even really been trying, and I've got quite a bit. But all right, our next continuation point. Let's go.
A droid army is about to attack the Naboo.
We shall no like the Naboo.
We must warn them.
We shall give a user Unabongo. The speediest way to the Naboo is going through the planet Core.
What is to become of Jar Jar Binks here?
Be gone with him!
Yeah, we just unlocked Jar Jar Binks. I know some of you are like, oh, great. I don't know why Jar Jar gets so much hate. I mean, he is kind of cringy, but he's sort of like the comedic element that was missing from from episodes 4, 5, and 6, right? There's not really any comedy. There's no hilarious moments or anything to sort of break the seriousness, which maybe was George Lucas's intention originally, but I definitely like the comedic aspect added to it. Like, I think every movie, whether it's real gritty and drama, or whether it's supposed to be as long as it's not like a real movie about a real tragic story or something, that would be like the only time that you shouldn't throw a comedic character in. But all right, we're just simply following along the pathway here. Now, it's going to take a serious amount of patience and whatnot to avoid all of this free rummage, because look how many collectibles and things we just ran by. And this is a new one. We've got a new terminal that actually requires Jar Jar, and I actually mess it up, so look the other way real quick, because I swear I didn't miss this. Nope. Oops. To be honest with you, Tyler had messaged me, and I was responding to a Discord message when that happened, so my bad. I try not to distract myself while doing the recordings, but every once in a while it happens. When Tyler messages, you answer. All right, we officially got that completed, and we're going to run in, and guess what? We're going to start a bigger fish. This is the real story. We're finally there and actually going to start it. Maybe, if it'll let us. I'm not sure what happened. I swear I hit the right button, but it's not. And ready? Here we go! All right, we're officially in the story, and you can tell because of the 3-tiered stud bar up top. And our first objective is to take out the OPC killer. Now, the challenges for this are dodge 3 attacks in a row for this first guy, which you can see I fail on purpose because I'm trying to avoid it. The second one is going to be to defeat without taking damage. So if you dodge successfully and you continue to shoot back at him, you can defeat him and get both those challenges right away. Now, you might notice a mini kit floating in on the side of your screen there too. Those can all be swooped up right now in story as well. And it's up to you whether you want to get them or pass on them and collect them in free play like us. Now, the third and final challenge for this area is to dodge 3 attacks in a row from the second big fish. Yes, spoiler alert, there's another big fish that comes in about 3, 2, one. Actually, I think that mini kit crashes before it. Oh, there he is. All right, so he's coming in. And again, all 5 mini kits can be accumulated right now in story. All you have to do is just simply move your ship over to the left or right side, whichever side the mini kit is on, and use your reticle, your aimer spot there, your little dot, to go ahead and blast away. So all 5 are floating through. There's like a green bubble, a red bubble, a yellow bubble, a no bubble, and then a drag. You saw the one that was getting dragged already too. So there's a little bit of a downtime here in the story itself. You can see we get into this tunnel. It gets dark. We lose power. You guys probably remember most of this from the story. Well, from the movie. We're in the story. Come on, Brian, figure it out. All right, so it gets dark. All of a sudden, we see some eyes. Weeza see some eyes. And now we got to take out this guy. So this is the same thing. I'm going to take damage on purpose so that I don't get the challenge. We could save that for our free play. Again, whatever you guys choose to do is up to you. There goes another mini kit on the left in the green bubble. And I'm not doing a whole lot of shooting right away because I'm trying to make sure that I don't get that mini kit. And some of these levels are going to be really hard to avoid the collectibles, guys. So, like I said in our overview of the first look last night, there may be a few levels where we do grab some of the collectibles in the story. Just because if they're forcing us to get them or they're so hard to miss that it's going to be harder to miss them than to get them, then we'll go ahead and grab them. But we're almost done here. We'll dodge a time or two just to make sure we don't die. But should be getting, oh, look at that, a bigger fish. And that's going to take us to the final cutscene, which will dump us out to the final totals, which is a little different too. So here we go.
Wait! This seems lovely.
We must find the queen.
Victory!
Stupid chair.
All right, I should probably address my Mario voice that keeps coming out at the end of the here we go. I'll adjust that and get it gooder. But hey, check it out. Free play unlock. We only got 1,950 studs, so not stud rich yet. Not even the first tier. That's something that we could have probably done had we have grinded out a little more, but we're not worried about that. We'll get some stud brick multipliers, which are found with data cards, which we'll talk more about that as we get deeper into the story. And we avoided all the challenges too, which kind of prevented us from getting some of the Kyber bricks. Whoa, there was a little distortion there. I did order a new capture card this morning, so if we get a little bit of blips like that, which there was another one, I've been working with Elgato for a few weeks. We thought we had it resolved, but clearly there's still some shimmying or whatever you want to call it. Hey, before we take off and end this video, I want to point out that there are upgrades, and because we did complete the level, we did get a Kyber brick. That Kyber brick is all that's needed to upgrade our first ability, which is Speedy Sprint level 1. Now, it turns out there are 2 more levels, but it costs some studdage and a whole bunch more Kyber bricks, which we will collect later. But hey, guys, we got a couple characters unlocked. We got our first Kyber brick. We got our first trophy achievement, assuming you got the 17,000 studs. And, of course, our first free play unlocked. Hey, guys, we got lots more coming down the way. We're going to try to release at least 2 videos a day so that we don't clutter up your notifications, but also don't get too far behind. But hey, guys, that's going to do it for me. Can't wait to get more videos out. As always, until next time.